Kingdom Hearts speedrunning has had over a decade of fine-tuning and optimizations, so most people who haven't done speedrunning before would probably be intimidated by this. But not me. No, I'm built a little bit different. Some might say I have a dog inside of me? Welcome to my very first Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep Final Makes Ventus Beginner Any % run, where I attempt to get the world record in just one day of learning the speedrun. Before we start, how about you guys do a like and subscribe speedrun? Who knows, maybe you can get a world record. Post your time in the comments, and if you're interested in more content like this, well, I stream every week on Twitch, so feel free to let me know. Anyway, speaking of speedruns, let's start. The run starts with us getting accused of being a PDF file. I wish that was a joke, that actually did happen. Apparently some kick streamer named Vitali was doing stuff to PDFs, and one of them had a similar username to me.
Or should I call you Professor W?
Professor W?
Professor W. His name is Professor, it's not even, it's different! Anyways, you know kick viewers, they came in asking if I was the said guy in video. I am in fact not that guy. So finally, after all that's done, we start the tutorial and... Are you the... What the f- Okay, so the speedrun doesn't actually start until we choose our character. In this run, I chose to do Ventus because I always thought it was cool as AF that he holds his keyblade backwards. I mean, come on, he's so different and unique, just like me. The first actual part of the speedrun is balls. Dark ones. We fondle them real good. Well, maybe not actually, it was a little slow, but some people prefer that. Next up, we go to the 7 Dwarves place. What if instead of the 7 Dwarves, they were called the 7 Freaks, and they sucked on toes? Yeah, I don't like this part. I didn't really practice it. I don't remember exactly what you do here. If you get too close, they start to run around and it's really annoying. Also dismissed. Not much happens in this world. There's an escort, which goes pretty okay, and a tree ant boss fight where you just hit your shot lock and kill it. I mean, it's a beginner. There's no crazy exploit or anything. You just kill it as fast as you can. We move on to Cinderella, man. Our first bit of shopping. Now, I didn't mention this before, but the game is in Japanese, in case you couldn't tell. Now, I can't actually read Japanese, so I tried memorizing which spell or item is which based on certain characters within the name. Like how Slide Dash has a smiley face in the middle of it. Yeah. And how Minnie has this weird triangle thing. But I was still a bit hesitant when I'm picking stuff because I didn't want to have to farm or reset if I buy the wrong thing. We buy 5 fires, which I'm pretty sure fire is this one? But why am I playing in Japanese if I can't read it? It doesn't matter, who cares? But anyways, we do the wall skip, grab some of the materials for Cinderella's dress, except for the last one, because we got some farming to do! Before I forget, I should probably mention that I couldn't actually find a video tutorial for the Ventus Beginner Any % speedrun, so I just watched one of the runs on speedrun.com and took notes of it on a Google Doc. All I know is we need to get all of our fire, cure, and arrow spells to level up, our Aqua D-Link to level 2, and get both fleeting and shimmering crystals. The crystal farm is probably the worst part because it is quite literally RNG. I remember testing this level out and I left this area in like 40 minutes, and still only had one of each crystal. Luckily for us, RNGesus was nice to me this run and I got some of the crystals in a relatively quick time. And I'm sure you can see me losing time by going in the menu to make sure I have the crystals, because like I said, I cannot read Japanese. With all the farming done now, we can move on to the boss fight with the iconic Disney cat, Lucifer. Yeah, remember this cat? Iconic. Oh right, that's actually after we buy 4 sleep spells? That's important for later. The boss fight goes pretty well. I wasn't supposed to hit my full shot lock on it, but oh well. It pretty much gets one shot by the Aqua D-Link mind spell, and we're done. Hey, alright, now we're at the Enchanted Kingdom place thing. The first part is literally just a run to Mail Deficient's castle. I guess this is a good time to explain the cool movement tech. So rolling in this game is faster than just running, but instead of just spamming the roll button, you can time it, so you take a tiny mini step after the roll in order to save some frames. And oh, there goes the frames. Another bit of movement tech is hitting the slide dash on an enemy actually lets you animation cancel the recovery into another roll. So typically, you should be trying to slide dash into enemies, but yeah, I don't actually remember where all the enemies spawn, so whatever. Once we make it into the castle, we have the Gooner fight. Not much to say here, we just get put in a forced fight with a bunch of goons. After that, we go through this insane maze, twice, and get into the male deficient boss fight. She doesn't turn into a bad dragon in this game, so there's not much to talk about. You pretty much just kill them. I mean, this one specifically, you use your shot lock to dodge the sleepy sleep move. I guess that's pretty cool. And we move on to the next area. Oh boy. The next area is actually... So this next area, It's probably one of the most dreaded boss fights in Kingdom Hearts. Almost as tough as Lingering Bill or Sephiroth. We're going against a boss called Ventus 1. I'm sure for a lot of you this might have been a huge roadblock when you first played this game. He has these f***ed up moves where he will just teleport out of the way or hit you super fast in the air. I mean, just look at how much I'm struggling with this boss in beginner mode. I don't know what to do. I'm just... Nah, I'm f***ing with you. For some reason, the first fight with Ventus, he's actually susceptible to the sleep spell. He's actually susceptible to the sleep spell. Okay, fucking shut the fuck up. Anyways, you can literally just loop the spell and let Mickey do most of the damage. That's Ventus 1. Menu Garden is up next. A lot of buying and swapping around and melding. But first, we get to farm again! This farm isn't as bad. Use the Snow White D-Link move called, I think, Grumpy? Grumpy is basically Treasure Raid, which is basically Strike Raid, but it like makes the enemies more like the drop stuff, even if they don't die? I don't know. We don't get it on the first try. There's too much Heartless wannabes here, so I decided to do it on the second set of plants upstairs. Oh yeah, by the way, that's the Abounding Crystal. That's what we were farming here. Now that we got the item we needed, we can finally do some menuing! Chop! We sell any unneeded spells like Tornado Strike, which we got earlier at one point specifically just to sell, and we buy 2 Binding Strikes, which I remember because of the character that's in the beginning, and then 4 Magnets, which I remember because it has a 7 at the end, and then we meld our Slide Dash with Strike Raid with the Abounding Crystal that we just got, which I actually almost messed up because I was looking at the character that looks like a 3 at the end. Abounding Crystal, which is this one? No, holy shit, that could have been bad. Holy shit, that was not the right one. This was this one. This gives us EXP Walk, which gives us a free EXP point for each step we take. Anyways, blah blah blah, we meld more spells, get the buffs we want from the crystals, then we slot them and blah blah blah. Finally, menuing is done! For the next minute and a half, we actually level up our magnet to level 2 in this room so we can meld them to Magnera and stuff. But now, we're done with menuing. For all this time. When would I ever lie to you? We go next to the guard armor wannabe boss fight. I don't actually know what it's called. We use our fire form and kill it as fast as possible. I actually didn't notice before, but you actually have to defeat the limbs first before the main body. So yeah, I might have lost some time hitting the main body. Whoops. We just have one more forced fight to do and we are done with this place. Heck yeah. Moving on, we get a change of pace here. We're going to Disney World! So it's actually called Disney Town, and yeah, it's just a mini game area, but still required. Ventus here has to do a rhythm game thing. Oh yeah, and also there's a chest with a shimmering crystal here, in case we were still missing one, which we were. We find ourselves in Olympus next, where we pretty much just do like these mob fights with iconic Disney characters, Twinkules, and Zack. In the middle of that, we also destroy pots. We only need 15 in the first quote-unquote challenge. So we spend the rest of the time doing a cool mechanic known as stutter stepping, which if you remember, we got an ability called EXP Walk earlier. So each step we do here is a point of EXP we get. If I was good, I'd be able to get like 2 levels here probably, but I only got 1, which is whatever, good enough. So I make a kind of a blunder here on this run. So I think I might have misread my notes, and I took off my magnet spells here. At this last part of the level, we get into a forced fight with these jelly thingies, and they each have 1 HP. Which means if we had Magnera, we'd be able to one-shot these guys with a huge AoE effect move and be done with this sooner. I don't think we lost too much time. Oh well. On the way to the Stitch ship, we come across Hom Sang-young from Squid Game. At least that's what my notes say. I actually just have a picture of the Squid Game people with the square triangle mask thing here, because that is quite literally this section. You just square and triangle. On the Stitch ship, we go through the unskippable cutscene hallway, and then we buy 2 fire surges, which I remember because of the 2 smiley faces. Hey, yeah! We zero gravity our way through the zero gravity room and pick up a fleeting crystal and another fire surge. And finally, we fight Squid Game, which I'm supposed to kill in like 3 shot locks, but I had a skill issue with the camera. Lucky for us, we're in the home stretch now, going off to Neverland, where we will finish our build up soon. We just need to meld our moves here and oops. Looks like we actually forgot to level up our fire all the way. Oh, time to farm. What happened to the kids that normally cheer for that? We get our stuff leveled up, and now we are unstoppable with our sick loadout of 6 fire surges with attack haste and 2 Kira, just in case. After fire surging all over Captain's Hook, we finish Neverland and go through the toughest part of the run, the Yensid Tower run, where we go inside the castle, then jump up the stairs. Whew. I don't know how we made it through that in one piece. And this part of my run is actually my favorite because we go to the Keyblade Graveyard, where we are greeted with 2 cutscenes, and get kicked out to the Land of Departure, where we go in to 6 cutscenes that kick us out to Destiny Islands. And then we go back to Keyblade Graveyard. Wow, a whole section where nothing happens. Imagine actually watching all of those cutscenes. You'd probably be used to it if you watched One Piece. We make it past the tornadoes untouched, something I'm used to. With the power of 6 fire surges, we skill our way to victory with no issue. Whoa. Okay, no issues, and then we skill the out of Dark Sora OC Do Not Steal with no okay, alright, relax, okay. Now with his health depleted, we just gotta link our Ds with Vanitas, and then the run ends when we kill Vanitas just like we did Strelitzia. And by that, I mean we don't actually kill him, I guess? Just like Strelitzia? Was that maybe a spoiler for a 4-year-old reveal? Whoops. Though honestly, anybody who didn't know that would not even understand what I just said. Anyways, the run is ending, so... Time! So I forgot I actually set a bunch of splits on the timer, and instead of deleting them, I just made them not visible. I forgot I have a million splits. So the actual time of the speedrun was 1 hour, 26 minutes, and 5 seconds. Some of you might be thinking, Prof, that isn't the world record for Ventus Any % Beginner. Okay, narc. Well, remember when I said it didn't matter that I was playing in Japanese? I might have lied a little bit. I mean, I guess it kind of does. So Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep Final Mix, not to be confused with Final Mix HD, actually only ever came out on a PSP in Japan. And as it turns out, the specific version of the game has an emulator category in Speedrun.com, a category that seems like no one has competed in. So yes, it is in fact a world record. And guys, I am not kidding when I say this, guys. I am not kidding when I say this. That is world record, guys. That is a world record. Woo! That is the world. Nobody has ever played Ventus on an emulator any % on the Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep Final Mix emulator. Beginner any %. So yes, that was in fact world record. Yup. And in only 1 day or 2, it was verified by a moderator, and my name is officially on Speedrun.com as a world record holder. If you freaking like this video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and check me out on twitch.tv/professorvdw. I stream every week, and I hope to see you there. Lots of love, hugs, and kisses, folks. Bye-bye.